Hey everyone, doing week 2 of looking at some recommended resources. Last week we started with Ligonier.org and just the wonderful teaching ministry of R.C. Sproul. So if you go back to last week's newsletter, you can see my little write-up and video of Ligonier Ministries. Today we're going to be looking at the question of how to find generally just good book recommendations by knowing some of the best publishers that are out there. And I know I'm probably missing a few. In fact, I just thought of one I hadn't even put on here yet. So make sure I get that in. But you notice if you just go on Amazon and you're looking for a Bible or a devotional for yourself or you as a student or a book on a topic like prayer or money or marriage, if you just go to Amazon and go to the bestsellers, it's really hard to know which of these are going to be good or not, orthodox or by a modalist, even. So there's, of course, good ones on Amazon's bestseller list. Some pop up like Gentle and Lowly. We're going through that. But what I generally do is, yes, I purchase off Amazon a lot. But I have a series of websites that I know are great publishers, are evangelical and reformed, conservative, and have a good mixture of books for adults, Bibles, children's literature, teaching material, and devotional material. And I highly value, especially if I start seeing a book overlapping between these websites. One of the great ones is New Growth Press. And they have children's books and mini books, and they show you the age. So if you're looking for children's fiction, a devotional for your child, and for men, women, boys, girls, different age levels, just pretty solid books coming from a conservative evangelical perspective, not always explicitly Presbyterian or Reformed, but generally that direction. Reformation Heritage books are really good. Their tag is glorifying God through the publication and distribution of Puritan and Reformed literature. So right away, you see the R.C. Sproul Legacy Collection, and they've just got a lot of really good authors like Beakey, Sproul, Sinclair Ferguson, and published Puritans on here. So if you're looking for something, they're a good shot to go through their stuff on like marriage. And look around to see if a book strikes you there. Westminster Bookstore is always a good place to see. Between all these bookstores, you're going to start seeing probably Dr. Kruger's Surviving Religion 101 and Simply Trinity. They're kind of the latest publishings. Westminster has Bibles. They got these nice ESV single column journaling Bibles. 5 Things to Pray for Your Kids. Highly recommend that. Really good. So prayer, family worship, especially maybe if you're homeschooled and needing work material. Great devotional literature as well. So I commend them as well. Crossway is usually good. They're just great for Bibles. They publish the ESV. There pops up Michael Kruger's again. Here's Kevin Young's new book I'm a little ways into, really good on men and women, marriage. There's Gentle and Lowly a second time. So just start looking. If you hop between a few of these and you start seeing something 2 or 3 times, it's like, okay, probably pretty good going on. So Crossway, pretty good. For counseling, CCEF has books. CCEF, as long as New Growth Press and others, they have really good books on just communicating important topics for teens and picture books. And so I highly recommend them for their books. And then this is a slightly different video, but for articles and resources, but I'll highlight that separately. Articles, resources, and podcasts come up there, but they have their mini books. Their mini books are very short, very accessible on a lot of different topics. If you're just like, does the Bible have anything to say about this topic? Well, probably does. And CCEF probably has a little mini booklet that's just 20, 30 pages. Back to Ligonier, Reformation Trust is their publisher. Lots of books to browse through there as well. I really appreciate Christian Focus Publication. They've done a really good job at coming up with some children's books, history, and then they also have Mentor and just several good publishers if you're actually just kind of wanting to sink your teeth into theological topics. So yeah, Chosen in Christ, Mentor is going to be pretty heavy stuff, but they have a good amount of books that are briefer too. So they've worked hard to get a range of smaller books to larger books. So I appreciate them a lot as well. Banner of Truth, anything old Puritan gold that we don't want to forget. They've got a lot there. Our British friends, the Good Book Company, lots of really accessible books, briefer books on Hebrew, so not heavy commentaries, but more introductory. They've worked really hard to fill out books for men, women, longer, shorter. There's 5 Things to Pray Again, so you start seeing things, children's books as well. So they've done good. And then my longtime friend, P&R, prpbooks.com. They've got some counseling books that they've come in with, and their devotionals. Not the greatest website. You have to fight it a bit. But if you go in and look at their different series, men's, women's, fiction as well, the Crown and Covenant trilogy, get in with the Duncan's War and some of those fun things for young boys. I read those. So really good, some really good fiction as well as old history and such. So they're just really good. So they've done a good job at bringing in a lot of different resources. So I would encourage you to look at some of these resources for publishers. If you just don't know the book on the topic, to browse through those. And of course, I love to recommend a resource. So if you ever need a resource for different ages or for parents on different topics, I'm happy to either know one or to help you find one. So I hope this is helpful to sort through just kind of the Amazon list where you don't really know what you're getting, to publishers that generally publish really good works. So hope this is help, making you blessed in the reading.